static route here, and the next hop should be this ISP. What's the ISP? It is 10 10 10 5. And if you go here and you check this interface, you will see S001. S S001. S001 is 10 10 10 5. Okay, so to configure now this, we should use this command. I will explain. The same thing you will see, because we are working at the same router, edge router, but what's changing is the destination network address or destination next hop IP address. So the next hop IP address for this at this link is this address. So you will take this IP configured here, which is this address ISP2 at this interface, which is 10 10 10 5. Okay, so now, and we have added 5, the administrative distance. Why we add this number? This number to tell us, this router, edge router, you should use this IP, because this, as I told you, it has 1 by default. Here 5, the default is 1, but we don't write it. If this line goes off, you should use this line. So if this goes off, this route, you should use this route. So this will serve as a backup path or route. Okay, we click enter, then we are done. So remember, we have configured now the interfaces of this one. We have defined or configured this router by static route here, default static route 000, and here we also define default floating static route, and we assign it a number of 5 as a administrative distance value. Okay, so we are done now from these two. So so AD equal 5 means that backup route. Backup, this is as backup. Always the router will choose the value to route through with a smaller value of AD. So this will be always used if it's on or up, and if this goes down, the router will use this because we already configured it now. The second part is part 2, and part 2 is also from 2 steps. It's the same as the part 1, but we should use now the IP version 6. So let's come back here. Remember, we should use this address, but look here, to configure this as default static route, remember, we should only add 2 points, 2 columns, or 4 points. Okay, so to do so, you should use this command to configure IP version 6. So you click here, you paste, and remember, I will explain to you. So because you are configuring IP version 6 route, this is for IP version 4 default gateway static default static. And for IP version 6, you should do that. And then you should add the next hop router. Next hop router, what's the next hop router? Is this address for, we are configuring here, but the next hop router is this one. So what does it mean? So we are putting the IP address at this interface here. So it's 2001 DB8A11/64. Let's check. So it's DBA11. That's correct. It's the same. Okay, it is the A11. Okay, this address. So we are configuring this interface as in IP version 6. We enter and we click enter. Now we should execute the same command but add this link now. Okay, and we should give it a value of AD administrative distance as 5. So we should take this address here and we configure it now. So as you see, you can compare them now. Look, now what we are doing. So we are at the edge router. So edge router is connected at S00 to this interface. Okay, so we configure this to ASP at this address 10.10.10.1 and it's here. And then we added the administrative distance here at the second link. At the second link, it means that to ISP2. And ISP2 is 10.10.10.5 and it's here. And you should add the administrative distance if you want this path as a backup or second path. So if this one doesn't work, the router edge will use this one. And now also the same, but instead of using this IP version 4, we use this IP version 6, which is A11. It's here, A11. And for the ISP2, it's A21. A21. Okay? So this way we have configured at the router here. We have configured the default static IP version 4 and 6 and the floating static for this path. So now we should go to part 3. And also part 3 is consisting of 2 steps. So in this part of the lab, you will configure static and floating static routers from ISP routers to internal LANs. So now we have configured these 2 interfaces to link with this ISP1 and ISP2. Now we want to configure these interfaces with this LAN and this LAN. Remember, with LAN 1, it's a G01. With LAN 2, it's a G00 0 0 0 0 1 here. Okay, 0 1 0, 0 and 0, 1 are up as you see in the black. Okay, black here. If you put the mouse, anyway, so on configure IP version static route to the LANs. One on ISP1, configure a next hop static route to LAN L1 through edge router. On ISP1, okay, we should configure a next hop route to LAN through edge router. So now we should go to what? To remember that the network address of LAN 1 is this one, and this is for LAN 2. Now what we want to do, because it looks like the author has already configured these interfaces at, if we go to here and you look at Giga Ethernet 0 and Giga Ethernet 1, they are already configured as you see with IP address 192.168.10.17 and 11.33, and they are all up. It means that the author has already configured this LAN and this LAN. So all the configurations are done at this router. Okay. So we define this is default static route and this is backup route, static route. Okay. Now we want to configure this to communicate with these LANs. If we go to the router here, what's the Giga Ethernet? This interface is already configured because this is the Giga G01 is configured, and this one 000 is already G00 also configured 10.10.10.1, and this is the 10.10.10.1. So it means that this interface, so 10.10.1 is the IP address of edge of edge router, if edge of SP1 ISP1 here. This is the interface, this interface. Okay, so now we want to add the same thing. So we need to configure here how ISP1 must arrive or must reach to these internal LANs. Okay, also here. So what we are interested to do is to configure at this part of the LAN. Okay, so to configure this LAN,